Welcome to our channel PK Transfers Guide, History and Civics SSC Class 10 Notes. Today I am giving you the overall view of my notes for both the chapters, first Forward Bloc and INA and the next Independence and Partition of India. Now let's see the notes. The first topic Forward Bloc Introduction, the second topic Objective of Forward Bloc, third topic Objective of INA, Indian National Army, and last Contributions or Achievement of INA or Subhash Chandra Bose. Now let's see the next chapter. The chapter name is Independence and Partition of India. Now let's see the overall view of my notes. First, Cabinet mission. Arrival date is 3 members. Reason for his arrival. The next topic. Proposal or clauses of Cabinet mission plan, which further consists of power of union, federal setup, provincial autonomy, formation of constituent assembly, formation of interim government. The next topic. Clauses or proposal of Mountbatten plan. Approval of partition, relationship between Dominion Boundary Commission and princely states. Next topic. Acceptance of Mountbatten plan, which further consists of communal right, non-cooperative attitude of league, strong center, immediate end of British rule. The next topic. Indian Independence Act 1947 and the last main clauses or provision of Indian Independence Act. Now let's see the notes. Let us see syllabus first. Revised syllabus, forward block, objectives and INA, objectives and contribution of Subhash Chandra Bose. Here I have mentioned everything, so no need to worry about it. I have given you the complete notes. So let's see the descriptive part. A party formed by Subhash Chandra Bose on 3rd May 1939 within Congress to bring the entire left wing under one banner to liberate India called the Forward Bloc. Let's see the objectives of Forward Bloc. The most important for the 2 to 3 marks. First point, the immediate objective of Forward Bloc was the liberation of India with the support of workers, peasants, youth and other organizations. Second point, establishment of socialist state. Third, abolition of Jamindari system. And the fourth, introduction of new credit system. Here date is mentioned, try to note it down. Indian National Army INA was set up on 1st September 1942. Now let's see the next topic, objectives of INA. First point, to organize armed forces to fight against British. Second point, to take the help of Indian people living abroad for revolution. The 2 points or more, let us see on the next page. Now third point, to set a provincial government of free India. And the fourth, the motto of INA was unity, faith and sacrifice. So we have seen the forward block, objectives of forward block, objectives of INA. Now let us see the contribution or achievements of INA or Subhash Chandra Bose. First point, INA along with the Japanese army captured the territories in Southeast Asia. Second, army captured the Kohima and Ukral hills in Assam. Third, INA captured the military post of Klang Klang. Let us see the fourth point. Netaji hoists the tricolor flag for the first time on the Indian soil on March 9, 1944. Just remember all these things. Let us see. Subhash Chandra Bose gave a call, give me blood and I shall give you the freedom, and Delhi Chalo and Jai Hind. Such type of slogans were given by Subhash Chandra Bose. In August 1943, he took the charge of INA. So we have completed this chapter. This is not so lengthy, so we have given 2 chapters notes in a single video. Now let us see the next chapter. It is the Independence and Partition of India. So let us see the syllabus first for this chapter. Here it is mentioned the Mountbatten Plan clauses and its acceptance and the Indian Independence Act of 1947 clauses only. Here the cabinet mission is not mentioned, but I have given and added for additional benefit and knowledge. So let's start. Cabinet mission arrived in India on March 24, 1946. It has 3 members, Patrick Lawrence, Sir Stafford Cripps, A. Alexander. Cabinet mission was sent to India to first point to transfer the power in the hand of Indian. Second, to set up the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution of India. The next topic, proposal or clauses of Cabinet Mission Plan. Cabinet Mission give the following proposals to the Indian leaders. First, power of union. It will consist of by the elected member of all provinces and union will have its own legislature and executive. Second, federal setup. The Union of India would include British, Indian princely state and the Union government. The Union government would deal with the subject to foreign affairs, defense and communication. Now third subtopic we have provincial autonomy. Provinces would enjoy full autonomy for all subjects other than the union subject. And the fourth, formation of Constituent Assembly. There would be 39 members in Constituent Assembly. Second point, 296 members would be elected from the British provinces and the remaining 93 members would be elected from the princely states. The fifth point, formation of interim government. An interim government would be the set up of 14 members and Viceroy would be the head of the Executive Council. So फ्रेंड्स ये सब तो कैबिनेट मिशन के बारे में था। चलिए देखते हैं हम लोग माउंटबेटन के बारे में। माउंटबेटन टुक द चार्ज ऑफ वाइसरॉय और द गवर्नर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया इन 1947. His immediate work was to maintain the peace between the two communities, Congress and the League. Mountbatten Plan was announced on 3rd June 1947. The next topic, clauses and proposal of Mountbatten Plan. First, approval of partition. He declared that the country would be divided into two dominions, that is India and Pakistan. Second, relationship between dominion. Both the dominion would decide that what type of relationship they would have with each other. The third, Boundary Commission. A commission would be set up to decide the boundary between India and Pakistan and the fourth princely state. Mountbatten gave the following proposal to the princely state. First point, all the treaties and proposal to the princely state would come to an end. India and Pakistan to remain independent. Now let's see the next page. Regarding Constituent Assembly, Mountbatten decided that present Constituent Assembly would work to frame the Constitution of India, and a separate Constituent Assembly would be set up for the Pakistan. So this topic was quite easy. Now let's see the acceptance of Mountbatten Plan. First, communal riot. There was a riot on the large scale in whole country which convinced that partition is the only solution. Second, non-cooperative attitude of League. The League joined the interim government to obstruct the working of Congress and not to cooperate. Third, strong center. The Congress felt that the smaller India with a strong center is better than the bigger state with a weak center. The fourth point under the acceptance of Mountbatten Plan is the immediate end of British rule. All the people and leaders were so fed up with the British government that they wanted freedom. So friends and students, we have seen about the Mountbatten Plan, its clauses and its reason for its acceptance. So although these three topics are quite important for a long answer questions. So let's see the next topic, Indian Independence Act of 1947. After the Mountbatten Plan was accepted by the Indian leaders, the British Prime Minister introduced the Indian Independence Bill passed by the British Parliament on July 1st, 1947. The bill marked the end of British rule in India. Second, dominion of Pakistan in India came into existence. The next page. Main clauses and provision of Indian Independence Act. First, the two dominion. India would be divided into two dominion, India and Pakistan. It would come into an force from 15 August 1947. Second, Governor General for each dominion. Next page. For each dominion, Governor General would be appointed and the British cabinet would work till the framing of the constitution. Third, sovereign legislature for each. The Constituent Assembly would work for the country and would have full power to make laws. Fourth, end of British authority. British power would come into an end from 15 August 1947. The last, treaties and agreement. All the treaties and agreement made by the British from princely states would lapse from 15 August 1947. So friends, we have completed these chapters. Both the chapters were quite important. So the second unit of your textbook, that is the mass phase of the national movement, is now completed. And one thing more, probably one chapter is left in civics part and three chapters are left in history. So don't worry for it, we will be completing it very soon. Till then, thanks, subscribe and share.